Okie dokie. We have a little bit more information about Tyler Robinson. And I don't know, the picture of the person coming up the steps or the video of supposedly him with the glasses on coming up the steps. That looks like his transgender partner. And I want to break that down too because I want to show how delusional these people are. And I hope other people understand. I'm pretty sure they will. Um, the only reason they're saying that he's a Trump supporter is because his whole family is strong conservative Trump supporters. He is dating, which they're probably not going to admit to that. I guarantee you, the left side is they were friends. That was it, or something along those lines. But guarantee you, they were dating. He might have still been in the closet or silent about it, but here's where the delusional part is. Even if it does come out that they were dating, the transgender group is going to say because they believe a trans woman is a real woman. Isn't that one of the things they were mad at Crowder about? Because he asked, what is a woman? And they got racked their brains for how long trying to figure out. Oh, that really upset them. And that was a very simple and easy question. And that's all you got to do. Is sit back and look at the, basically you got to back up and helicopter zoom out and look at everything, right? Hold on, let me get to this explanation about how it's delusional. How it's delusional if they go that route after we find out that they were actually dating, if they admit to it. I already know they are, but if they admit to it. Not only that, we connected all these dots way before we ever knew this. See, this is what educated guessing does, or going with logic. And we said that it had to be, somebody that was transgender or faking like they were transgender. And that's what it was. Like I said, these transgenders believe that if you're a male and you consider yourself a woman, you are a woman. They call it I don't know if that's the one they call a cis woman or if it's the real women that they call a cis woman, which it's all weird. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. All of it is delusional. I mean, come on, you've got people literally believing they are furries or animals, okay? And to not break their happy mental state, you have to supposedly go along with that, or they lose their mind and attack people, okay? Charlie was showing that, this is delusional and we shouldn't go along with it, and they attacked him. We watched it multiple times. Period. Oh, why am I saying period? I'm so used to using the other mic. But anyway, yeah, the talk to text, I'm so used to having to say period, comma, and sometimes I miss that too. Sometimes I'm just catching period at wrong times, and I'm like, oh yeah, period. Oh yeah, oh, period. Then I got to try and go back and fix it. I don't do that. Not always. I just put it out. But anyway, I'm pretty sure you guys understand what I'm getting at. See, they're going to argue that he was straight, not trans, and that he was a Trump supporter because his family was. See, so you see what they're doing? They're doing that, what I call the Uno reverse card. They're trying to mirror us and push it on us. even though they know damn well they did it, just like January 6th. Some of them were Trump supporters, but they were allowed in by police, and there were a lot of other people mixed in that were doing damage. And let me tell you something. With everything that was going on there, the guy with the horns that didn't hurt anything, he just went in and looked around. Yeah. Guess what? We own it. We pay for it. As long as we're not there to hurt anybody under the Second Amendment, which don't forget about what that means. They can say this and that and all they want. Of course, the crooks in Washington are going to say we can't do that. Yes, we can. If you're crooks and you're creating tyranny, we can do that. Yes, we can. Do we want to? No, we don't want to hurt anybody. Will we stand up and defend? Yeah. We have tried it verbally. And these people are testing that line like you wouldn't believe. And I will tell you right now, trans people, you're going to get what you want, because attacking these people like you have been, they're a part of Black Lives Matter, right? So that means they're responsible for what happened on that train with that girl. They're responsible for burning cities down, for not getting their way. And what do we know about people like that? That's how they were raised, right? If they didn't get their way, they throw a fit and get it, right? Yeah, well, now they're doing it as adults. This is why a lot of the Black Lives Matter people, when they get caught by police, they will start a big scene and start manipulating with word salads to get in your head. And if they can't get to the police, they're going to get to the community. Because guess what? Most cops are a little bit more mentally strong. So that's why they do it in public places. They get paid for it, as we've seen. Some of them get away with it. Some of them don't. But it's the point that they're trying it. And a lot of them are succeeding. Look at Jasmine Crockett. She's bringing hood rat. And when I say hood rat, I mean somebody that is a lying, manipulating, backstabbing, ghetto person that does not care about anything they're talking about. They are completely fake. They are only there to get that type of attitude into that type of place and to take over. That's it. That's what those types of people do. Look at the cities. Do they do it in the cities? Yes, they do. And the only reason they're pushed to certain parts is because they end up getting pushed by the police to be in certain parts. Do they still venture out and end up on other parts of it? Yes, they do. And trust me, if they had enough numbers, they'd probably take the whole state. Well, Antifa, transgender rainbow people, for the most part, in general, I'm pretty sure they're not all this radical, at least I hope not. But yeah, man, they are terrorists. These are also the people that are protecting immigrants, which are the same types of people. They mess with children and they murder people. Boy, why do they want them here? One, I guarantee you, in the back of their mind, they're laughing because they know what these people are going to do here. And what are they doing about that? The same things I've been saying with the manipulation and the lying and trying to make us believe this delusional reality of theirs. It's the same thing. Oh, they're real people. They got rights. No, they don't. Humans have rights, yes. As far as rights to be in the country and, constitutional rights, no. And we're not taking their right to live away unless, they're attacking somebody or blah, blah, blah. Other than that, they just get sent home. And these people crying about alligator predators, oh, they're going to be eaten, they're living with alligators. Shut up. Are you all whining about any of the other Florida state penitentiaries that are that are flooded with alligators and all kinds of dangerous, snakes and spiders and whatnot, huh? Are you saying anything about them? No. Right. Shut up. Not only that, these guys get a choice. They can stay here and stay in jail, or they can go home. They're only there for a couple of weeks and then they get sent home. And what have these lefties done? Oh, they're dropping them out of planes. Oh, they're doing this. Oh, they're doing. No, that's what your side was doing for the most part. I do believe there are Republicans behind it too, because this is a part of the deep state and cabal's plan to radicalize people and get them to fight each other. What they're trying to do is not use that 3 billion hollow point rounds that they bought. They're trying not to use the MREs that they bought for this specific situation. And if you all think that NATO wasn't over there trying to piss off and start the war with Russia and Ukraine just to give Ukraine a reason to start bombing Russia's land, you're sadly mistaken, and I wish you would go get your head checked. This is called logic and educational guessing. And yes, it is a guess. It connects. No different than seeing a suspect in a blue car and then seeing the same blue car abandoned. Are you going to skip it? No, you're going to check it to see if that happens to be him, fingerprints, blah, blah, blah. Why? Because it fits it. Fits it like a glove, as Ace Ventura would say. That's why a lot of men and people like math and science, because things work the way they're supposed to. That is factual. You do it this way, bam, that is the answer. You do it the way it's supposed to be done, it gives you the right answer. There is no other way around it. That is what educational guessing is. It's the same thing you do in science when you're trying to form a hypothesis on what's going to happen during your experiment. Then, actually doing your experiment, that's when you write down all the differences and the things that you were right about. The differences, as in where you were wrong, if any small detail was different, all the way to any small detail that was the same of what you thought. And this is how you perfect your educated guessing. Guess what? It does not work with lying or delusional reality thinking. I mean, that's the same problem in between engineers and construction workers. Engineers think of it, design it, draw it out, everything fits together for them, then they send it off. Guess what they didn't take into consideration? Prep of the area. Sometimes they forget or have a hole or something that's off, or a gear that wasn't geared properly. So what you're seeing is the engineers get mad at the construction workers are going to get mad at the engineers, because the construction workers are down on site and they see as soon as something like that happens how bad it's off and where the engineers messed up. And this is why you get a battle in between engineers and construction workers. Engineers are the ones that come up with it and design it. They ship it out to the construction worker, aka the assembler, on-site assembler. And a lot of times, they don't know what the hell they're talking about when they think they're shit up. Looks good in the mind, but doesn't work physically. That's what these people do. To them, it makes their mind feel better because they're talking and making themselves believe this, but it doesn't work in reality because it's false. This is also how they can use manipulation, and people believe stuff for a while until they see something that proves it was a lie the whole time. Then they feel like an idiot. I've been there. You've been there. Everybody's pretty much been there. Now, you can look at that scenario and put it on a bigger scale or shorter scale for every individual thing. And for every individual person, that scale can change for all different things. As in, they could have believed it longer. This one could have caught it shorter, but it was the same thing. Oh, wait a minute, the details are different. Right, but the basis of it was the same. They were lying about this, and this one didn't catch it. They were manipulating, and this one caught it at this point. This one was manipulating, and obviously either was better, or this one was more busier on this side because they didn't catch it until way later. That's what I mean by differences, when they actually caught it. And you also have differences in details. Like, just because this one was lying and manipulating doesn't mean it was about the same thing that this one was. Point is, there are big majority things that are the same. And as you break it down little by little, you will see, the more detailed differences, but it still falls under this or that or this. And that's where they try to mess with it. Because they will. They'll break it down, break it down, break it down until they can get you into what I consider what they like to use as a Y road to get you off of the truth and get you believing their bullshit. Or accepting their benefit of the doubt. Because they will do that to set you up for accepting their benefit of the doubt. Because a lot of it, they're talking and you have to take their hearsay as fact and trust them as a person to a certain extent until you find out later the real facts. If you ever do, there's sometimes you never will. You have to just trust them on that. And you have to take an educated guess off of things they've done after that, because it might show that you were exactly right about your thought before that they got the benefit of the doubt on. Because obviously, most of them, if they get away with it, they're going to do it again. Maybe not right away. Some of them are stupid and do the same exact thing right away. Other ones will wait and change it up. And then you got to pay attention to all the changes. It's a whole lot to remember. This is why, if they've been doing it their whole life, they can be good at it. Elon Musk is good at it. Any person that sells stuff has to know how to talk people into a sale. Doesn't mean they're, not honest. It just means they have to be to somewhat good at talking to talk them into letting that person do the job. Other people flash around name and reputation and just it speaks for itself. Yeah, well, that doesn't say what crews come into my house and what things they might screw up. Right. I'm just saying, they might come there and do a bang out job. Although they might have a great reputation, come there and screw every damn thing up. All depends on the crew, right? Right. But yeah, Charlie Shooter was transgender. We're not going to go with this. Oh, he was dating a transgender woman, so therefore it was a woman. No, we're not doing that. Because transgender women are not women, they are men. Right there is that fantasy versus reality. Right there. That is a serious, serious mental illness. It also seems like a lot of these people have a touch of BPD, which is doing severe things for attention, hurting yourself, hurting others, destroying, self-destructing of things that are positive. Yep, look it up. I told you this stuff feels like what my ex was doing, and guess what? She was a supporter of Antifa, Black Lives Matter, and Rainbow Community. Imagine that.